In this video, I'm going to show you some things that are super important for you to play at the next level. Just so I'm not wasting anybody's time, if you are a novice baseball player, if you are not a serious baseball player, you should probably click away from this video. It's probably not for you. But if you do want to play at the next level, then you should stick around and see what's next. My program is different from others because, number one, I'm a former professional player and a former professional coach at the highest level, as well as a World Series champion with the Boston Red Sox in 2018. Now, I'm sure you've tried all different types of things on the internet to get yourself better and get your game to the next level. Maybe some of them work, maybe some of them haven't. Most people are just trying to teach you swing, trying to show you these swing tricks. There's so much more to hitting. The name of my company is called Holistic Hitting, or the name of my mission is Holistic Hitting, and that is to train the entire player. The mind, the body, the soul, the mechanics, the mindset, the approach. So after 29 years of professional baseball, I embarked on a journey last January of remote and in-person training. And to this day, I have helped hundreds of players get better in the game, to learn mechanics, to learn mindset, to learn mental game, to learn approach. And I continue to work with some of the top prospects in baseball and some of the top players in the game today. Some may think that remote training is difficult. It may not work. Heck, I was skeptical at the beginning when I started this. I didn't really know how I would be able to help players remotely. But after designing a program with an app and all different types of mechanics and movements and mental game modules and approach modules, players are able to learn from the app as well as in one-on-one Zoom sessions with me. It's been awesome. Talking a little bit about mechanics. I was actually working with a player earlier today. We were talking about the aluminum bat and the wood bat and how high school players are shifting from the wood to aluminum in different tournaments and how that can be kind of annoying at times. Most high school players like to really swing with their arms and really be aggressive with their arms with the aluminum bat, especially after training with a heavier bat. The mindset is, if I swing really fast with my arms now, that I'm going to be more powerful. Well, this high school player that I was working with today was doing such a good job of staying connected to his lower half that it did not affect him which bat he was using. He was going back and forth, which is, you rarely see this. You usually see people either yanking the aluminum or maybe behind with the wood. Very rarely do you see the exact same swing. But his mechanics and his routine were so rock solid that he was able to repeat these movements with the wood or the aluminum. And that's how it should be done. If you're working on your mechanics and you're trying to go from aluminum to wood bat on the weekends when you're playing in some of these travel ball tournaments or whatever the case may be, then really the connection to the ground is most important. No matter what arrow you're using, the Indian's got to make sure that his technique is good, that he is in the ground, that he is behind the ball, he is separated, he's turning behind the ball, he's looking for a good pitch to hit, as well as trying to execute an approach, which we're going to get to in a second. But mechanically, you should not change if you're using an aluminum bat or a wood bat. You should be doing the exact same things. You should be using the ground, you should be coiling your hip, you should be getting your scap loaded and behind the ball so that you can turn and connect and then really move through the baseball with your body mass and get the ball to backspin somewhere. So those are some mechanical cues and different types of verbiage that I like to use with my players, especially when talking about, a situation, it comes to light with the aluminum versus wood. What is the difference? How do we navigate that? I'm going to shift a little bit to the mental game now. Really been talking to a lot of players recently about this because a lot of guys, high school wise, are playing here in Florida in the fall. And so, I've been talking a lot about that walk to the plate. We get a clock on it now in professional and college baseball. It's different, 15, 18 seconds, whatever it is. But really what you do with that time matters. Like what you tell yourself during that time matters as you're walking to home plate. Are you thinking about past failures? Are you thinking about your offer? Are you thinking about the scout that's here? Are you thinking about the pressure from your parents or the college coach or the advisor or whatever the case may be, or the high school coach for that matter? Or are you thinking about what this guy throws and where he's throwing it and what I'm looking to do with it? Are you telling yourself positive things that you can use in the batter's box, aggressive things? Let's go, man. Attack this pitch. Look for this pitch. You're going to crush this pitch. You are the man, or you are the lady, or let's go right now. Attack. Whatever the verbiage might be that gets you in that aggressive mode needs to happen in that 18 seconds or 15 seconds to home plate. There has to be some organization to your thoughts. There has to be some organization to your movements and mindset on what you're going to do in that time against that pitcher, instead of all the noise that goes on from all the angles that you allow it to. So you have to be very intentional in that time to take control of your thoughts and to take control of what you're doing and thinking. So as you're going to the plate, you're ready to do your job. And that takes me to the last part, which is approach. Approach, people ask me, what approach should I use? What's the best approach? Well, that depends. Like, what is your job to do at this moment? Are you have to move a runner over? Did you get assigned to get a bunt down? Do you have to get a hit and run? Is there a runner on third infield in? Is this guy pounding you inside? Is he throwing everything away? Like, approach is fluid like a river. It's always flowing and different. You never know what it's going to be. But the key is you better have something. Be in the game both mentally and physically so that you are anticipating a pitch and getting ready to attack something. All right, like this has to happen. We can't go up there mindless and just fearful of failure and not getting a hit. We have to get into competition mode, and competition mode will take us, our mental game, to a different level. And then all of a sudden your mechanics, which you've worked on a million times, will show up because you're not thinking about them, you're thinking about beating the pitcher. And that ultimately will put you on time and get you to the best version of yourself. So I know that was a lot of information. I know that was pretty quick, but just to recap, my program really talks about digging into the mechanics and showing players how to move efficiently. It's a big part of the deal, because if you don't really know how to move, it's really, really hard to be confident in what you're doing at home plate if your swing doesn't feel great. Secondly, my program talks about mental game and organizing and giving you exact outlines to use mentally, both in the box, on the way to the box, in the field, how to think, how to talk, how to express what's on your mind, and knowing that you're not alone and we all fear failure. Even the greatest players in the game fear failure. I got lots of stories about guys in the big leagues that I was working with that, man, you have to pump those guys up. Baseball's a hard game. It beats us all down no matter who you are. And the last part is approach, having a game plan of what you're trying to do with the mechanics that you've trained and your mental game of aggressiveness. Now, how do I take this into action? How do I come to the line of scrimmage, so to speak, and put a play on so that we can go score a touchdown, we can put some points on the board? How do I get in an attack mode specifically against this defense, this pitcher? What is he throwing and what am I going to do about it? If you are a player looking to take his game to the next level and you're interested in my program, then reach out to me and we can book a call and see if it's a fit to work together. Again, this is only for players who are looking to take their game to another level, that want to play in college, that want to play at a high level, possibly professionally one day, to really learn some secrets of the game, to really learn not only how major league players move, but how they think, how they act, and how they approach at bats. So at this point, you really have two options. You can continue to scroll, continue to search on your own, or you can reach out, we can book a call and see if my program is a fit for you and that if this relationship can really work. I've had lots of success with players from all different levels, from the major leagues all the way down to travel ball and everybody in between. And it's really cool to see players benefit from my program. So if you are that type of player and you want to learn more, then reach out to me and we can connect and see if it's a fit. Really appreciate you checking out my video, and hopefully you learned something today.